In today's show, crypto calculated how ancient math predicts Bitcoin's next top at $270,000. That's right, the perfect Fibonacci extension progression points to the next Bitcoin peak at 270,000. And if Bitcoin follows the same trajectory as the last bull market, then it's on track for a top at around 325,000, according to top crypto experts. And None Your Business just recently tweeted, Bitcoin weekly pattern continuation. If so, 4.272 Fibonacci extension equals the next top at 270,000 per Bitcoin. I'll be breaking this down for you in today's show. Also in today's episode, global fiat failure will push countries to accumulate Bitcoin, says RT host Max Kaiser. That's right, he says the race to acquire more Bitcoin between competing countries will drive the Bitcoin price and security of BTC to heights never before seen. And he goes on to share, Bitcoin is not only hard money, but it keeps getting harder every week and every month because the hash rate gets higher and higher and higher. So with that higher security, higher hash rate, the price goes up. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So now you're chasing the Bitcoin up through to a 100,000, 200,000 a coin to get the hard money because all of your fiat money is collapsing. Also, Max just tweeted 5 days after this was published, Square buys 50 million worth of Bitcoin. That's right. Max Kaiser called out Jack Dorsey right here. Pretty words, but no Michael Saylor type commitment to Bitcoin on the balance sheet. American CEOs are not getting the big picture about what's happening with Bitcoin in countries like Nigeria with 30% hyper Bitcoinization right now. Let's stop the posturing, take action. And lo and behold, Jack took action literally 5 days after this was published. We'll be talking about this in today's show. Also in today's episode, $12,000 Bitcoin price back on the table after Bitcoin rallies above 11,400. Michael Van de Poppe called this 2 days ago when he published, if the price of Bitcoin breaks through the 11.1 to 11.3 resistance zone, further bullishness can be expected towards 12K. This makes the 11.1 to 11.3 area a critical zone for continuation. That's right, I'll be breaking this down for you in today's show along with some Bitcoin technical analysis. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin, Ether, and all the major altcoins back in the green. But where's the Bitcoin price likely to go from here? Find out all this plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day. So be sure to smash that subscribe button, that's right, and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this, including weekends. And before I kick off today's show, if interested in tapping into OPM, leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, then smash that link right below the video in the description. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV. Let's kick it off by diving into today's top story of the day. Crypto calculated how ancient math predicts Bitcoin's next top at $270,000 as Bitcoin takes out 11,000 and potentially aims higher. Renewed talk of the crypto asset's next potential peak has returned to the market. Analysts do their best to do more than just speculate, backing up theories with fundamental statistics or technical signals to predict future prices. But could it all be based on mathematics that have been around for centuries? And if so, could Bitcoin's next peak be at $270,000? Now, if you watched yesterday's episode, I shared with you Tim Draper's bullish price prediction of 250,000 by early 2023, as he does share. Now, the perfect Fibonacci extension progression points to the next Bitcoin peak at 270,000. And if Bitcoin follows the same exact trajectory as the last bull market, then it's on track for a top at around 325,000. Top crypto experts have claimed. However, each peak has brought investors diminishing returns, so it is reasonable to expect that peak to be lower than the last in terms of ROI. That's right, history doesn't always necessarily repeat, but it oftentimes will rhyme. But could an extremely simple mathematical pattern named after a mathematician born in 1170 perfectly predict each Bitcoin top? And if it is possible, the formula points to the next peak at 270,000 according to a chart shared by leading crypto analysts. Let's actually take a look at his tweet right here. None Your Business wrote, Bitcoin weekly pattern continuation. If so, 4.272 extension equals the next top at 270,000 per Bitcoin. Let me know if you feel the Bitcoin top will likely reach this high, or if you disagree with None Your Business. Drop me a comment right down below. The formula works like this. Demand minus supply equals the next crypto bull run, but the real million-dollar question is when. Everything about Bitcoin is steeped in mathematics, so it shouldn't be shocking that math itself is the key to predicting the crypto asset's peaks. The remaining piece of the equation is when this peak occurs. The when is argued in the crypto market nearly as much as how high the Bitcoin price will ultimately reach. Now, believers in the stock-to-flow model expect the crypto to rip any day now into a new bull market, potentially making the peak a lot sooner than anyone is ready for. If you're not familiar with the infamous stock-to-flow, it predicts a $100,000 Bitcoin price by the end of next year and a $288,000 Bitcoin price medium average by the year 2024, which you could say is the peak. Now, naysayers in that model expect a lengthening market cycle for Bitcoin, one where the halving doesn't have quite the impact that experts expect. Now, it's hard to argue with the stock-to-flow model, however, because again, it's based on math. Math is one of the most powerful forces in nature, governing space, time, and even the price of Bitcoin. So let me know if you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to reach 6 digits by the end of next year, as the stock-to-flow model predicts. And do you feel we can have a peak as high as 270,000 as a result of this bull market, as Nunya Business painted for us right here? Let me know in the comments right down below. And before I break down our next story of the day, global fiat failure will push countries to accumulate Bitcoin, says Max Kaiser. But first, let's take a look at the overall crypto market. We have Bitcoin up 2.36%, trading just above $11,300. We have Ethereum up about 4%, trading at $372. XRP up about 0.5%, trading at 25.5 cents. Chainlink up 5%, trading at $10.57. We have Cardano ADA up 12%, trading just below 11 cents, and XMR up 6%, trading at $117. So as you can see, the entire market is green with all the major cryptos pumping, which is definitely a bullish sign. All right, and now for our next story of the day. Max Kaiser, the Wall Street vet and host of RT's Kaiser Report, shout out to Max and Stacey Herbert, says he believes countries will seek refuge in Bitcoin as fiat currencies fail on a global scale. That's right. In a new installment of Blockchain Interviews, Max says the gold market won't be able to satisfy a surging appetite for safe haven assets. He goes on the record to share, you work through the numbers and there's just not that much gold around. If you needed to buy 300 tons of gold, you're not going to find it, not at the current price. It's going to be like, okay, I'll sell you 300 tons of gold, but I'm going to sell it to you at $25,000 an ounce. You can have all you want at $25,000. Kaiser expects demand for truly scarce assets to push governments around the world to eventually come around and see the value of Bitcoin. I agree 100%. Max goes on the record to share. So then we need hard money. I think that's where you're going to see these central banks turn to Bitcoin and sovereign wealth funds. They'll be like, well, this Bitcoin thing has been around now for 11, 12 years. It's 99.9% fail proof, and it's got everything we want in hard money. You'll see countries start to accumulate Bitcoin and start to mine for Bitcoin as well. And then they'll start to subsidize the money they would be subsidizing the energy industry in and subsidizing that in the Bitcoin mining space. So then the game theory kicks in. So for example, Iran right now has something like 2% of the global hash rate of Bitcoin. Let's say suddenly they've got 5% of the hash rate. So then America says, wait a minute, this is like the Sputnik moment. Iran could potentially be the richest country in the world if they have a significant piece of Bitcoin, and then the price goes to 400,000 to compete with gold. So then they, America, start to subsidize their mining. Great point from Max Kaiser. So as you can see, he's extremely bullish on the king of all crypto. Kaiser says that the race to acquire more Bitcoin between competing countries will drive the price and security of Bitcoin to heights never before seen. So what this does is increase the hash rate so that the hash rate is now over 100 quintillion calculations per second in the Bitcoin mining space, which means the security goes up, which means it's even harder money. Bitcoin is not only hard money, but it keeps getting harder every week and every month because the hash rate gets higher and higher and higher. So with that higher security, higher hash rate, the price goes up. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So now you're chasing the Bitcoin up through a 100,000 to 200,000 a coin to get the hard money because all of your fiat money is collapsing. I'll include this exclusive interview in the show notes below the video so you can hear it directly from Max himself. But as you can see, he's extremely bullish on Bitcoin, as he should be. And Max just recently tweeted, 5 days after this was published, Square buys $50 million worth of Bitcoin. That's right, Max Kaiser called this. He wrote wrote this to Jack Dorsey, and he tagged Michael Saylor, the CEO of MicroStrategy, as well. And he wrote this on September 30th, 2020. Pretty words, but no Michael Saylor type commitment to Bitcoin on the balance sheet. American CEOs are not getting the big picture about what's happening with Bitcoin in countries like Nigeria with 30% hyper Bitcoinization right now. Let's stop the posturing and take action. And lo and behold, 5 days later, Jack Dorsey purchases $50 million worth of Bitcoin through his company, Square. And checking out Jack Dorsey's tweet that Max actually responded to, Bitcoin, aka crypto, is direct activism against an unverifiable and exclusionary financial system which negatively affects so much of our society. Important to at least acknowledge and connect the related societal issues your customers face daily. This leaves people behind. And weighing in on this conversation, Tyler Winklevoss just recently tweeted, first, it was Michael Saylor and publicly traded MicroStrategy buying $425 million of Bitcoin. Today, it's Jack Dorsey and Square buying $50 million of Bitcoin. Tomorrow, it will be another visionary leader and another and another. The tsunami is coming. I agree 100%. Now, this institutional demand alone, in my opinion, can bring the Bitcoin price to a $100,000 per BTC. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments right down below. And before I break down our next story of the day, $12,000 Bitcoin price back on the table after BTC rallies above 11,400. But let's first take a look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting at 358 billion with 88 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. And the current BTC dominance is 58.4% according to CoinMarketCap. And now checking out the top gainers within the top 100, we have UMA up 34%, trading just above 10 bucks. Storj up 16%, trading at 57 cents. Arweave up 16%, trading at $4.68. PumaPay up 13%, trading at 0.0003, and SiaCoin up 13%, trading at 0.003. Below that, we have Quant, NXM, and ADA Cardano. Now let's check out the biggest losers within the top 100 in the past 24 hours. Yearn.finance down 5%, trading just above 17,000. SushiSwap down 4%, trading at 77.5 cents. Solana down 3%, trading at $2.50. The Midas Touch Gold down 2%. We have Hedge Trade down 2%. Balancer down 2%, and the list goes on. Now, out of this list of losers and gainers, which altcoins in particular are you most bullish on right now? Drop me a comment right down below. And now checking out the BitMEX margins, we can see the bulls are in control, leading with almost 40 million in superiority in the last 24 hours, with longs leading 52.17% versus 47.83% shorts. Are you currently bullish or bearish on the king of all crypto? Holla at your boy. And now checking out the crypto greed and fear index, it shows we're currently rated a 53 neutral. Yesterday was a 48 neutral, last week a 40 in fear, and last month a 38 in fear. And if you're not familiar with the crypto greed and fear index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity, aka BTFD. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. All right, and before I break down our final story of the day and we do some Bitcoin technical analysis, first I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below the video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. This goes for all 550 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. Also some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also, be sure to smash that subscribe button right below this video, or if you're listening or tuning in on a different platform outside of YouTube, the direct YouTube link is cryptonewsalerts.net. You can also find us on all the major podcasting platforms, from Spotify, the home of the Joe Rogan Experience, to Apple's iTunes, simply by clicking the link here in the description. You can also find us on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is cryptonewsyes. And for those of you active on Facebook, as I am, I do have a private crypto Facebook group entitled Crypto Alchemy with over 17,000 cryptopreneurs just like yourself from all over the world. To become a part of it, simply click this link, request to join. I'll be sure to plug you in. And for those of you active on Telegram, as I am, I do have a private crypto Telegram chat. To join it, click this link. You'll automatically be added, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you personally on the inside. All right, now let's break down our final story of the day. On Friday, the Bitcoin price finally managed to break above the symmetrical triangle where the price has been compressing for the last 30 days. Hallelujah, it's about time. After holding the 11,000 level into the daily close, the price rallied to just under 11,500 on multiple high volume surges. That's right. Now check this out. On October 8th, 2 days ago, Michael Van de Poppe explained that in his view, if the price of Bitcoin breaks through the 11,100 to 11,300 resistance zone, further bullishness can be expected towards 12K. This makes the 11.1 to 11.3 area critical zone for continuation. Now, currently the Bitcoin price is holding above 11,400 and meeting resistance at 11,489, which is right at the top of the September 3rd candle, which saw Bitcoin drop 13% all the way down to 9,960. And also FYI, we still never closed that CME futures gap at about that $9,600 to $9,700 range. Now, this level aligns with the VPVR node extending from 11,400 to 11,740, but if the bulls are able to push through this resistance cluster, then another run at the $12,000 mark is likely on the cards, as we can see right here in this graph. Let's go BTC. On the daily time frame, the relative strength index, known as the RSI, has risen to 65, which is another bullish signal, as well as the MACD histogram, which clearly reflects the current bump in momentum. Now, as is always the case, day traders should keep a close eye on the volume, as the lack of it during the last 30 days is the primary reason for the Bitcoin price being flat and pinned below 11,000. Now let's talk about Ethereum. The Ethereum price also took a bullish turn just recently by piercing a key descending trend line to rally 3% to $378, as you can see right here on this graph. Now, at the time, the top altcoin is entering resistance at $375, where there is a high volume VPVR node extending from $376 to $389. Now, if the bulls are able to maintain the current momentum and push through this resistance zone, the Ethereum price could run to $419. And as Bitcoin and Ethereum rallied, the majority of altcoins followed suit with double-digit gains, including Cardano gaining 10%, Chainlink adding 11%, and Aave rallied by 15%. So there you have it. And now for a quick recap of what I covered with you here in today's show. Crypto calculated how ancient math predicts Bitcoin's next top at $270,000. We're talking about the Fibonacci extension progression, which is pointing to the next Bitcoin peak at 270K, as Nunya Business points out right here. Next top at 270,000. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this bullish price prediction. Also in today's show, I shared with you that global fiat failure will push countries to accumulate Bitcoin, according to Bitcoin pioneer Max Kaiser, who also called Jack Dorsey's recent purchase of Square to acquire $50 million in Bitcoin. Also in today's episode, I shared the fact that the 12K Bitcoin price is back on the table after Bitcoin just rallied above 11,400. So where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go from here? Drop me a comment right down below. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in, journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto matrix. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right, and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, including weekends, just like this. And real quick before I go, if interested in tapping into OPM, leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, then smash that link right below the video in the description and register for this free system entitled OPM Wealth. You'll be glad you did, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.